Hey, this is Lacey from the Pocket of Boise. Unfortunately, the audio had a little bit of a hiccup here in this beginning section of the video, so you won't be able to hear what I'm saying here, which essentially is just welcome back to our channel. If you've seen our vodka tastings or gin tasting, then you'll know what to expect from this video. This one's tequila. I introduce our friend Anita here, who kindly agreed to participate. She is a fan of tequila, and so am I. So we decided to do this video together. I'm not as big of a fan of tequila straight as she is, so she was definitely a good person to have on because she will drink tequila plain, whereas I am much more of a fan of tequila in cocktails. Anyway, the audio is about to kick in. I did also want to mention the audio at the end of the video, though, is a little spotty on mine. You can probably see like the flashing light on my microphone, because I think my microphone cut out there at the end. Anyway, enjoy. We'll talk to you soon.
Cute.
That's really good. Okay.
At least you didn't call me a drunk.
Well, you're not.
No.
No. I would never go that far.
Thank you.
No, I think it's important to be able to enjoy alcohol without having it have to mean you're a drunk. I don't think that's fair.
Changes.
Yeah. No, well, and I'm just a small tangent here. I'm one of the people that's on the like of the mind that alcohol doesn't change you into a different person. It just takes away your filters and makes you more of whoever you are. So if whoever you are is like deep down is an angry, ugly person, then alcohol's gonna take the filters away and make you even more of that. So people that are like, that's not who I am. I was just drinking. I'm not.
Totally.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's true. But hey, I'm not a doctor or a psychologist. Just someone with a lot of opinions. So, all right. So we're gonna be tasting 5 different tequilas today. I know that sounds like a lot. They won't be full shots. I promise. You get like half an ounce of each.
Okay.
Small. We've got a spare cup here because that's my thing of like if you try it and you don't like it, or like we're getting a few in and you're like it's fine but I don't want to drink the whole thing, you dump whatever you don't drink in the cup. No big deal. There's no shame in not drinking a full like 2.5 ounces of tequila in the span of about 45 minutes. That's fine. Yeah. Although we do also have palate cleansers because I thought that's a good idea, especially for tequila. It can feel quite violent sometimes when you drink it plain. That's just reality. Obviously, I said I'm not a huge fan of drinking it plain. If you are, cool. You are stronger than I am. I have a very delicate constitution, and I find I get wasted way too quickly if I try to do that. So I tend not to. All right, I was just saying I'm a huge nerd. So for these videos, I like starting with a little bit of random information that most of you probably don't care about. Some of you may know it already, and those of you who don't may not care about knowing it, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because this is my video. So, all right, well, tequila by Mexican law can only be produced in the state of Jalisco or certain places in Guanajuato, Michoacan, Nayarit, and Tamaulipas in Mexico.
Jeez.
Yeah. They're very strict about what you got to do in order to be able to call it tequila. Because they don't want anybody to be able to make a subpar
Really?
thing and call it tequila. They don't want
Okay.
that. Some people will talk about the distinction between tequila and mezcal. It's subtle. It's a subtle distinction. Most people think that mezcal is a type of tequila. It's actually the other way around. Mezcal is essentially any spirit made from agave. However, tequila should only be made from blue agave grown in one of those areas in Mexico.
All right.
And mezcal can be made from any one of 40 different varieties of agave, and it can be made from a mix of them.
Okay.
So that's the biggest difference. Other than tequilas, they oven steam the agave in the first part of the process, and in mezcal they pit roast it, which is why you get mezcal will be a little smokier.
Okay.
So the processes are different for making them, and then the strictness for the ingredients is different.
Okay.
But they're both very similar. A lot of people don't like mezcal. Fair enough. It's not all. Well, mezcal, because of how they make it and because of how many different varieties of agave you can use, is less consistent. So you get a lot more like small batch mezcal, and then a lot more like mass produced tequila. So tequila will be a little more consistent from bottle to bottle.
Okay.
All right. So today we're going to be trying two Blanco tequilas. We're going to be trying Espolon, which is a lovely tequila. It's one of my favorites. It's a relatively low price point. It's not excessively expensive, but it is a really solid, good tequila. They do also make Blanco and oh boy, they do also make Reposado and Anejo versions of Espolon, but we carry the Blanco here at the Pocket, so that's what we're gonna try today. We're also going to try the Don Julio Blanco, which is more of a top shelf version of the same thing. So after that, we'll try the Hornitos Reposado. Reposados are aged for at least 2 months in oak barrels. Then we're going to try the 1800 Anejo. Añejos are aged for at least a year in oak barrels. And then just because it's a fun way to finish out the day, we're going to try the 21 Seeds Cucumber Jalapeno Tequila.
At least that's the last.
Well, I did that so that I tried to arrange these so that none of them would
carry
too
over.
much affect the next one. Obviously, we also have palate cleansers, so it shouldn't anyway. But
that one would definitely last.
Yeah, this should be mildest to longest lasting.
Okay.
In the gin tasting, they came up with a new system from how we did the vodka tasting. What they did was rank them according to like what you'd be most likely to recommend to someone, like most likely to least likely to recommend to someone else. So let's see if we got strong opinions. I'm gonna go grab the Espolon and I'll be right back. All right. All right. Okay, so this is the Espolon Blanco. Cheers.
Ooh.
Ooh. All right.
Ooh, that goes nasal.
It's good though.
It doesn't taste
I'm
bad at
always
all.
surprised by how good it is.
I liked it.
Unlike some tequilas, it's not quite as violent as some of them.
No, you're right.
But
and it's not as bitter.
It's got a lot of so I just randomly went to the Espolon website and was like, I don't know, what can you tell me about it? And they gave me tasting notes for it. So now I'm fascinated by.
It doesn't.
not really
Uh-uh.
most of the things that they told me, but I don't know, but it's good.
It's definitely a nasal clearer in it, and I feel it in my
Yeah.
head as
Yeah.
opposed to going down.
Yeah. I am fascinated by how like tequila more than most things will get me right here in the chest.
Exactly.
But like that's the first thing. That's the first place where I'll really notice that I had tequila.
And then I'll cough or
Yeah, like it's an intense experience drinking tequila by itself.
I agree.
I'm gonna be a baby today.
I drank that whole one. I won't.
I know you did.
Yeah.
You don't do that for all of them.
No, I won't.
In case you were wondering, she's got club soda. I've got pickle juice.
Oh Lord.
Here's the reason. Here's why I do pickle juice. There's a bunch of people out there right now being like, "Ew, pickles are gross." You know what's nice about pickle juice?
No.
It actively like rehydrates you.
Oh.
I don't know,
How
like
do you
something,
get it down?
It's like because I actually like pickles.
I do
I mean,
too. But
I'm not bothered by pickle juice the way some people are. I
Okay.
actually quite enjoy it. But for me, it simultaneously like takes the flavor of the last one out of my mouth
Okay.
and also makes
Cleanses.
me feel a little bit less like I just drank alcohol.
True. True.
So that was my
I
logic
could see how it
behind
would do
pickle
that.
juice. Some people do pineapple juice as a back for tequila. I don't know. People do all sorts of things. Like I've had people do Dr. Pepper backs for their tequila. It seems odd for tequila to me, but yeah, to each their own. All right, so that's the Espolon. That's the Espolon Blanco. It's real mild. If you haven't had it, and you are a tequila fan, I recommend trying it the next time you're at a bar that carries it. Hey, why don't you come down to the Pocket and try it? Again, it is a relatively low price point. It's not a very expensive bottle. Maybe 20 to 30 bucks. It's real low cost for a bottle. And then they do also carry Reposado and Anejo, and they got like a new Cristalino because that's the new thing is everybody's doing this like añejos that they have like processed all the color out of so that they're crystal clear, but they still have the flavor of an aged tequila. I'm not very. I don't know very much about that because I've just discovered that that's a thing, but all the tequila companies have started doing that.
Okay.
I'll have to try it someday and see if it's any good. All right. Next up is Don Julio. Don Julio Blanco.
And pour half that.
Right.
All right. Now this is.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is the Don Julio Blanco.
Okay.
I find it already like sharper on the nose.
Definitely.
Let's see how it drinks. And again, don't drink the whole thing.
Oh hell no.
It's still pretty smooth to me once I actually get it down, but it feels more aggressive on its way into my mouth. I can't get over
the smell.
The smell is really aggressive.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I think the same thing about Don Julio. That I really like it. Again, I really like it in cocktails because the smell isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
And then all it is a little like depending on when you put it in, you won't like taste the whole force of the tequila. It'll just be like that subtle agave note that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No. It's
no. Don Julio. No.
not for Anita. I again don't like it straight, but it makes a good cocktail.
I wonder.
No, it is a little bit a higher price point. So
is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the most expensive bottle of tequila we currently carry.
Wow.
so it's a little
Okay.
spendy.
Okay.
But it's very popular.
It must be.
It's a good quality tequila.
Right.
Like whether it's your personal cup of tea or not, there's
Right,
nothing
right.
wrong with the tequila. Um, Sometimes it's just about whether you want more or less intensity in your flavor. I find I get sick off of a tequila, off of Don Julio less than a cheaper
Really?
tequila. So
Well, that makes sense.
that tends to be
Yeah,
my
but no,
logic
that
for
smell,
doing it.
no. No. Nope.
Yes, but the thing I don't like about the Don Julio is the smell. The smell is way too intense.
Definitely.
Um,
Nope. No. Get out.
out.
What's next?
All right, next is the Hornitos Reposado.
Okay. This is the aged.
All right. So yes, Reposado is Spanish for rested, so it's not quite aged.
Okay. Rested.
It technically
I like that
is,
better.
Yeah, it technically is aged for at least 2 months, but so that's why they use the term rested. Like they
Okay.
just let it sit in an oak barrel for a couple of months.
Interesting.
They just
I
let
like
it rest,
that.
and then
Okay.
whereas like Blanco, like the distillation process, like we're done, we bottled
Okay.
it, you know. Also commonly referred to as silver tequilas, Blancos. But Reposados don't have a like an American equivalent name for them. They're Reposados. If you're trying to make like a cheaper version of a tequila and using American terms, you're not usually making Reposados. So
Okay.
whereas like añejos Spanish for aged, but people usually the American version of añejo is gold tequila. But anyway, we're gonna try the reposado, the
Alright.
Hornitos. Well, that took a little bit longer because I had to actually open the bottle.
Oh, now what is this?
All right, so this is the Hornitos Reposado.
Okay. Okay, doesn't smell bad. It's got color. No, it doesn't.
That's a little bit of color. Okay.
Mild.
Yeah. So I like
Wow.
reposados because they're kind of that like middle of the road, not quite so intense as añejos can
Wow.
be,
Right.
but that little bit of aging for me takes away some of the potentially more caustic notes in a blanco or silver tequila. So that's like this is what I want from a tequila.
Yep.
Is this like
Yep. And that's
right
called what
down the
now?
middle, the
Reposado?
reposado. So this is Hornitos.
Hornitos. Reposado.
We also
No
carry
kidding.
we also carry a Hornitos silver. So what you want is make sure to ask for the Hornitos reposado if you want it.
Because I heard you ask for that last night, actually. You asked for, yeah.
Did I? Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, like the reposado is better. It's always better to me. Again, this is like anything else. Your taste buds are your taste buds, and if you like something different,
I
that's
like it.
okay. But
I like it.
so that's the flavor I want from a tequila.
Yes.
Especially if I'm gonna drink it by itself.
Yes. It's
Like,
not overpowering. It's not like,
no.
whoo. Yeah.
It's got a real nice like.
And some people like that.
Absolutely.
But
And again,
I'm with you.
If you like that,
yes.
That's your thing.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one.
But and it really is just like it just is the tiniest bit of like oakiness.
Yep.
That just
like
kind of takes the edge
off.
That like real like that nose you were talking about for the Don Julio, like that doesn't exist for this
right
one, which is impressive.
Yes.
That it could be a tequila and also not be that violent.
Correct.
Yeah, like if I'm ever gonna do a shot of tequila, Reposado is the closest I'll get
Yeah.
to doing one. Blancos, even ones that I
Interesting.
like, I'm usually like, no, I want this in a cocktail.
Yeah.
Reposado is much more likely to drink where
By
I can
itself.
taste it more because I like the flavor better. I find it a little less
I
aggressive.
can see that.
All right. Next up is our 1800.
Okay, this will be
Anejo.
interesting because everybody always raves about 1800.
1800. Yeah, I don't. It's been a little too long since I had it, so I can't say for sure that it's not really good. I have a tendency to believe that it's a little overhyped. It's supposed to be like Jose Cuervo's luxury tequila brand.
Okay.
I think is the story.
Okay.
So it's owned by the same company, but this is their like fancy.
Okay. All right.
So whatever.
That'll
That's
be
cool,
interesting.
but yeah. So again, añejos tend to be aged for at least a year.
Really?
So it will be they'll be quite a bit darker than a Blanco, which will be clear, and then they'll have quite a bit of extra like flavor.
Okay.
We'll see if we like it.
Okay. Okay.
All
That's
right.
got some color to it.
Yeah, so you'll notice it almost looks like a whiskey. If you're not a whiskey drinker,
It smells like
or
whiskey.
if you're not a tequila drinker and you're a whiskey drinker, and you think you might want to see if there's a tequila out there that you like, and you have not tried añejo tequilas, try one and see if it is more your speed.
Negative.
So it really does like smell like a bourbon almost.
Oh. Oh, sorry. Oh, hell no. Tastes like whiskey. It tastes like whiskey.
It really does. Yep. It straight up tastes like
Whiskey.
I was trying to come up with a more specific comparison.
Let's see. Rum.
It's got a little bit more in common with a good dark rum because they're both made from a sweet plant, like because rum's made from sugar cane. So you sort of get yeah, it's a little bit like if you drink Captain plain a little bit.
I haven't drank
Which
rum
is
in
not
20
something
years.
I like
But it
doing,
burns my
but
lips.
no.
No. Oh, hell no. No in the 1800 dark Hornitos. Hornitos. No
Just
way.
1800 añejo.
Anejo.
Añejo.
I knew it was something. No.
Añejo. It's muy malo, apparently.
That gets a thumbs down. Sorry.
Yeah, I still don't really want to drink it, but it doesn't. But I think if I hadn't just tried like 3 other tequilas first,
Mild.
then I'd be more likely to want this.
Really?
Because this is a more familiar flavor profile for me.
Okay.
I do routinely just drink like whiskey on the
Okay.
rocks.
Okay. Well, so that's
Because I am
your
a big
palate
whiskey
right
drinker,
there.
so
Interesting.
this is closer. But I already am like I've had too much tequila today, so I don't want to drink it, but I would be more. I'm inclined to at some point in the near future try it first thing in the evening and not towards the end, and see how I feel about it. I find it intriguing.
Go for it.
It does remind me more of rum,
Whiskey.
but with a whiskey finish.
Yes.
Because it is the like You still get the sweetness of the agave somewhere in there.
There must be.
And that's, I mean, but that's still kind of like you get like bourbons with more like caramel notes, so that's not
Ugh.
necessarily only a rum thing. Anyway, I
Ugh.
find that fascinating. Okay, I got one more try. Yeah, no, it tastes like a whiskey. It straight up tastes like a whiskey to me, which is not a bad thing
No.
for me, because I
No.
like whiskey a lot.
Me no.
But if you don't like whiskey, then
No.
that's not going to be your friend. All right, well, that's very interesting.
Got quite a mixture in here.
One of the funny things about doing these is there always ends up being a cup with a bunch of different kinds
Yeah,
of
that's
a
what I'm
thing
saying.
in
What a
it.
mixture.
And we always joke about someone wanting to sample it, but
Let them.
never does. Hey, if somebody wanted to, I would let them.
If Rob was here,
I have
maybe.
yet to find anybody who was willing to sample the cup
Or
of a
leftovers.
million
Yeah.
vodkas, gins,
Yeah.
etc. Tequila would probably be worse to have a bunch of mixtures of them. All right. Last but not least, and solely because I find it to be a fun little tequila, we're gonna try the 21 Seeds Cucumber Jalapeno.
Oh my
So it's a
lord.
Blanco tequila with cucumber and jalapeno, like infused in
I like the
the
cucumber
tequila.
part.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So this is the final salvo, I guess. Yep.
Oh my, cucumber, I love it. I love
It
that.
just smells like cucumber and salt.
It does. Oh, that's cucumber. Ready? Ooh.
It's so much sweeter than other
Ooh.
tequilas.
Yes.
And for anybody who is concerned about the jalapeno component, it's not really
bad.
spicy. What you tend to get when you drink it, again, I am usually drinking it in cocktails. I like getting a really nice paloma with cucumber tequila.
What's a paloma?
So it's traditionally tequila, grapefruit soda, like squirt, I think was the original. And that's it. But the Pocket doesn't carry grapefruit soda, so what I usually do is tequila, grapefruit juice, club soda.
Okay.
And I like a half a salt rim because I like how the salt plays off this specific tequila, which is really
This
nice.
is tasty.
Yeah. And again, like the jalapeno, you get like a little bit of jalapeno flavor,
But
and
not.
if you drink it long enough, you'll get a little bit of a burn in your
Okay.
throat from the jalapeno.
But
it's not like jalapeno.
this doesn't leave an aftertaste like the last one
Not
did.
really. Yeah, no. It's very clean drinking. Very mild.
I finished.
It really tastes like cucumber. So if you do not like cucumber, don't even bother.
Oh, I love the
That's
cucumber
not,
part.
it just
makes
enjoy
it-
if you don't like cucumber. But
It makes it fresh.
yeah, you get like a fresh like brightness.
Like I just had a salad.
Yeah.
It's almost cleansing. I like it.
It's good.
I would have never thought.
Dude, yeah.
Never
it's
thought
one
I
of the
would
more
like that.
surprising things is that it's actually really good.
I'm shocked at the 1800.
Sure.
And I would have thought I would like that better than this.
Yeah.
Now this is called what again?
It's 21 Seeds is the brand.
21 Seeds.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
They make They make this cucumber jalapeno one. They make one that's like Valencia orange something.
Huh.
And then they make like a hibiscus grapefruit one.
Tequilas?
Yeah, flavored tequilas.
Interesting.
In some circles, flavored tequilas are controversial.
I wonder why. Fucking tequila, the fuck cares? This is dangerous. This is dangerous.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because it doesn't so much taste like you're drinking tequila.
Now, is this more a shot per shot than your normal well tequila here?
Maybe.
Like if I ordered a shot of 21 seeds,
It'd be more expensive than the well.
but worth it.
Not by a lot.
Okay, but worth it.
A couple dollars more.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, our wells are priced pretty low.
Yeah, oh yeah, they are.
Because they aren't very expensive for us to carry them.
Yeah.
So they're priced accordingly.
Good.
But the 21 seeds, I don't know the exact price point because I don't work behind the counter. But I think somewhere between $4 and $5.
Okay, see, that's worth it.
Yeah, like it's not.
Just to have something different. I'm
expensive.
telling you, that's.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I'm a big fan of it.
I would have to say this is my freaking favorite.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Never in a million years would I have even tried that.
Too.
Really?
It's recently become my favorite. A couple years ago, I would have said that Espolon was my favorite.
I like the Espolon though too. Those two.
But yeah.
I'll never drink Don Julio again.
Yeah, the Don Julio is a little intense.
No.
I really only want it if it's gonna be in a drink.
Nope, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was pleasantly surprised by the 1800. I knew you didn't care for it.
Not at all.
Which is fair.
But you like whiskey.
Because of the
yes.
way it tasted like whiskey, I was pleasantly surprised by it. I guess
It's misleading you.
I don't know how to gauge like from. I guess I'd be the least likely to recommend Don Julio to someone who wasn't already gonna drink it because it is a little extra expensive and it is a little intense on the nose. So if you weren't already a Don Julio drinker, I don't know that I'd be like, you should have it.
Yeah.
But again, that's just a preference thing. Hornitos falls somewhere in the middle for me.
It was okay.
Because it's good. Again, I like Reposados. Hornitos is a perfectly respectable, good quality tequila. The 1800 jumped up in my list from where it used to be, which it used to. Before we started this, I would have bet you any amount of money that would have been the thing I was going to say I would least recommend to anybody. Now, with some exceptions, I would be more likely to recommend it to people now, but not everybody. Like there are certain people I would be more likely to recommend it to that are people that are like, oh, no offense, sold on tequilas, and I would be like,
try this one.
Like whiskeys, because if you like whiskeys, maybe try this, because if you like whiskeys, the odds that you're gonna like this 1800 Anejo is pretty good. It is very reminiscent of a pretty good quality bourbon, or like a good spice rum, somewhere between the two. But yeah, the 21 Seeds is so good that like I already recommend it to people all the time. I think I'm the reason why we carry it.
I never heard of it.
It's only been around for a little while. I think it's a relatively newer company. Maybe I'm wrong about that, and they just recently became licensed for sale in Idaho. Sometimes that's why we discover stuff is because Idaho's got some kind of wonky liquor laws, and so sometimes they go through recently, suddenly, a bunch of extra stuff sale here, and so we just started hearing about a bunch of stuff that never existed on our radar before, and some of it's like, no, it's been around for 20 years. I'm like, okay. So the reason why we never heard of it is because it wasn't available in Idaho, and that's the only reason why it's just suddenly something we know of. So maybe that's the same for the 21 seeds, or maybe it's brand new. Who knows which? If I thought to be more prepared for that, I could tell you, but you can do your own research if you're curious. Suffice to say, we carry all these tequilas at the Pocket. If you come down on Tuesday, tequilas are on special, so you get $1 off whatever price point or whatever tequila you get. That's pretty cool. Otherwise, all of these tequilas are also available at any liquor store in Idaho. Probably almost anywhere not in Idaho too. So if you're not in Idaho, there are, I'm sure, is at least one of these is at your local liquor store. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Anita for being here today.
That was fun. Thanks.
I'm glad.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I feel like every time we do one of these, I learn something that I didn't expect going in.
Yep.
So that's sort of fun.
Yep.
I don't know if next is going to be. I can't remember if I decided that next is going to be rum, or whether we're going to jump to the first in a series of whiskey tasting. At some point in time, we will do both. We're gonna do rum. We will do whiskey, and when we do whiskey, we're gonna split it up into a few different ones so we can touch on all the different segments of whiskey because whiskey is a really, really big umbrella. So we're not gonna try to get through every single type of whiskey
That would be tough.
in one tasting because that would be impossible. Damn near. So we're not gonna do that. We'll probably split it up by like Irish whiskey and Scotch whiskey in one tasting, maybe like American and Canadian in one tasting, maybe do a rye tasting. I haven't decided yet. We haven't decided yet, but keep your eye on this channel for more information, for more tasting videos. Once we get through all of the different types of liquor, we already have ideas to come back and go through them again, and this time focusing on what are the best cocktails to highlight different spirits, etc. Home and Dad's got a whole idea about doing a video rocks versus neat for different spirits. Anyway, we're trying to do this as long as we possibly can. Create more content. So, thanks for watching. Keep an eye on our video, like and subscribe for more content, and we'll see you next time.